Every year, 500,000 tons of plastic waste end up in our oceans. This, of course, will have an impact, not just on humans, but also on marine animals and their habitats.
It has been since efforts to revive Pasig River began. Mental pollution contributed to the deaths of about 9 million people in 2015.
By some to be a global crisis, the overabundance of plastics filling the oceans and landfills.
So, what will happen if we do not take action in conserving our marine waters? This is Marcelo de la Serna, one of the people who depend on marine waters for a livelihood. He is a fisherman from Negros Occidental and has been fishing ever since he was in high school.
Nag-fishing na, tumutulong ako sa parents ko.
Mr. de la Serna has been fishing for a long time, indicating that he is familiar with the marine environment, and as a result, Marcelo de la Serna agrees that marine pollution has an effect on their livelihood, and that the main cause of pollution is industrialization.
Yung unang-una dito nagkukos sa amin ng pollution sa ngayon, yung pag-unlad, yung industrialization sa aming bayan, yung pagtatayo ng mga planta, gano'n, sa ngayon. So, sa ngayon, kasi ano siya yung fishing ground namin kasi yung tinatapunan nila, yung fishing ground na namin, doon nila tinatapon yung mga yung mga burak ang tawagin ba, yung mga burak, yung mga nahuhukay nila doon sa coastal. Doon nila tinatapon sa namin, sa fishing ground namin, kaya yung kinakawilan namin, yung pinapangisdaan namin, wala na yung coral, natakpan na, wala na yung isda na nakatira doon.
Marine pollution is very evident in their place. This has affected not only marine life, but the life of the people living near the coastal areas as well.
Dati, hindi sila aware kasi hindi naman namin na isangguni sa kanila. Pero ngayon, dahil yung sa epek kasi niya, medyo malawak na yung epekto niya Hindi na nakakahuli. So, sabi namin, ito yung naging cost. Kaya naging na yung mga huli namin, madalang na, kaunti na, wala na mahuli. So, ito yung nagpo-cost sa amin talaga. So, kaya naging awareness sila, ay, yan pala yung nakakasira, yan pala yung naging dahilan.
Marine pollution is happening. We become so blinded by what is really happening to our oceans. We must not wait for the time to arrive to the point that we cannot do any actions. Through this, we would like to introduce Ms. Ginaline Cachuela. She surveys the seaports, seasides, and she is aware of what is happening with the marine life and the people living near the waters.
I am Engineer Ginaline Cachuela. I am a project manager of SOCSURGEN Area Development Project Office based in General Santos City. This office is a special project under the Department of Agriculture involved in area development planning for key economic programs in the SOCSURGEN region.
Ms. Cachuela is working under the Department of Agriculture, who are responsible for the promotion of agricultural and fisheries development.
The fishermen in our coastal areas have complex problem, especially this time that we are already in food shortage. The first concern of the fishermen is about overfishing and unsustainable fishing methods. And with that, we need to consult them on how we can be able to help them address this very particular issue so that we would not be able to have food shortage in the future.
As mentioned, marine pollution greatly affects the livelihood of the fishermen and the fish supply. Marine pollution has affected the lives of many, not just the marine life of Mindanao. It started with us, then it must end together with us. But how can we start this action if people do not see its importance and how it can affect our future? There will be no future if the present itself is gone. To bridge this gap, technology can greatly come to connect. And with that, Mr. Alexis Sebote, the co-founder and executive of Salom, will show us how to educate people with the use of technology.
I'm Alexis Sibote. I am 22 years old. I am still an undergraduate student at Philippine Normal University. So hopefully I'll become a teacher soon. So um, it when it comes to environmental work, I started since 2019, but I grew up in a coastal community. So at an early age, the importance of environment has been instilled in me as it is our home and source of livelihood. But in 2019, I was able to join an environmental camp. It's called Sea and Earth Advocates Camp. So from there, I developed my advocacy in marine conservation and environmental protection. And that is why I initiated projects such as Salom.
Everywhere in Mindanao, marine pollution is rampant. Many turned a blind eye with this issue, although some started to take action in dealing with marine pollution, and one of those is Mr. Alexis Sebote. They try to educate children about this problem, and we can see that this action must start with us and in our homes.
Um, I can say that there are some that are well educated because I believe that protecting our communities against pollution is starts in our home. So there are some students now when we taught them about marine pollution, how to to throw their garbages properly, to segregate their garbages properly, they're able to answer that correctly, or they already practice that in their home. However, most of the children are not really familiar with those practices such as segregation, such as topics about basic concepts of marine conservation, such as overfishing, illegal fishing. So we need to reinforce for others, for some children, we need to reinforce the lessons or the learnings that they've already had in their home. That is why we've conducted environmental education projects.
This simple act can make a huge difference to our nature and our society, and with that, Mr. Alexis wanted to leave a note.
I believe the key to every environmental issue such as marine pollution is education. First, we need to educate our communities how important is protecting our environment, because protecting our environment means protecting ourselves. I started my initiatives because I am educated. I am taught, believed in, and inspired by someone that I can do something. So if we can educate other people, such as other people, to protect our environment, and then we give them the ability to take action. So educate, then give them the opportunity to take action, then we can definitely solve this problem. Okay. Salom is an environmental education program that uses a website, animated stories, and online learning sessions. So we aim to educate kids about marine life and basic concepts of conservation. So Salom is born out from a previous project, and it's called Project Triculture. It's environmental education pa rin, using an improvised mobile library. So we've built a trike, a kanang sikad-sikad, then we equipped it with books, storybooks, and toys, and we visited coastal communities. However, that project was put into halt due to health and mobility restrictions. That is why we've converted the project online, and we've come up with Salom.
This educational technology is used to educate children and people about the marine life and dive into the concepts of conservation through animated stories and interactive quizzes. People from the coastal areas have adapted along with the society, and with that being said, they do have the gadgets which they can use, but can they adapt this educational technology and take it seriously?
At this point of time where we are banking on information technology, it's very important to take leverage of this aspect so that we will be able to continue with information education advocacies to educate our young people on how are we able to take care of our marine resources, and at the same time how we are able to support the needs of our fishermen so that we would have sustainable supply of food in our country.
As they have all stated, education is the key to resolving this environmental crisis, and an effective use of modern technology may provide a brighter future for the younger generation and everyone around them. People from the coastal areas know the consequences to their action, but can initiating educational technology help educate and make the people from the coastal areas take action?
regular supply of our fish for everybody. So with that, we can make use of this educational technologies so that we can reach out to the fishermen even to far-flung areas, provided that there is enough internet connection so that we can be able to reach them out. And similarly, for our pupils, for the young people, I think given that we just came from pandemic, we can also be able to educate them through other means like sharing some videos about taking care of our marine resources and how to be able to contribute to the conservation of our marine resources. Salom is a very good advocacy wherein we would be able to extend some information to the young people on how to take care of our marine resources to ensure sustainable food supply. So in my small capacity, probably I can be able to help this initiative to provide information on how to educate our fisher folks, their families and the household that are living along the coastal area. So with that, through Salom, we can encourage other people to also continue the advocacy, the information education campaign so that more people will be informed about how to protect our fishing resources so that we would have a sustainable supply of food and the future generation will not be endangered because of the because with that we are able to prevent the destruction of our marine resources.
Through all this, we would like to raise awareness that our marine life is in its mere state of dying. Our marine waters are very polluted, which ripples stress and tension to the livelihood of our fellow fishermen and coastal communities. That is why we would like to ask you all to start in your little ways on how you can conserve the marine waters of Mindanao. As little as it may seem, every action that we do greatly impacts the overall health of our marine waters. It is in your literal hands on whether you want to conserve our marine waters or not. All of this we ask, all for the betterment of Mindanao's marine waters and for our future. Kadomdom, ang kaugmaon sa dagat ay ni Anaa lang sa atong mga kamot.